Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. An 18-story mass timber building has been proposed for downtown Kelowna. Housing Okanagan Foundation submitted the development permit and variance applications to city planners and will be partnering with the City of Kelowna to build a new housing project at 1429 St. Paul Street. It's a partnership originally announced by the city in July, and the future building was initially planned to have 149 units. That number has now grown to 221, according to the developer's submitted plans. That includes 105 one-bedroom and studio units, and the rest a mix of one-bedroom plus den, two-bedroom, and three-bedroom units. The residential part of the building will sit atop a commercial ground unit and 3 floors of parkade. Above that, only 48 parking stalls, however, would be for those who call this building home. The developer arguing that most residents will take advantage of the tower's walkability score and nearby transit options. It will be one of the largest mass timber buildings, residential buildings in Canada, and it will all be built off-site using prefabrication and CAS certified mass timber. Police in Kelowna are seeking public assistance as they try to locate a missing woman. 41-year-old Gina Beelin has reportedly not been seen for around 3 months and was reported missing by a friend over the weekend. The friend says she hasn't heard from Beelin since June and is highly worried about her safety. The missing woman, described as Caucasian, around 5 foot 3 inches and 115 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes. Anyone who sees Beelin or anyone who's contacted her recently is urged to contact the Kelowna RCMP at 250-762-3300. A firefighter made a life-saving rescue from a destructive overnight house fire in the Shuswap over the weekend. The major blaze reported around 1:35 a.m. Saturday in the 2200 block of Peterson Road in Sorrento. Firefighters arrived to find the home fully engulfed in flames. The first arriving crew was alerted by a nearby resident that there was still a man trapped inside the burning structure. Fire personnel sized up the situation, determined they could still get entry into the home safely, so one Columbia Shuswap Regional District firefighter braved the flames and ran inside. They found the man, who had collapsed on the floor after being overcome with smoke, and pulled the man to safety outside of the burning building. The victim, then assessed by paramedics, taken to hospital. He's expected to make a full recovery. Once the rescue was complete, firefighters worked for hours to extinguish the blaze and got it under control around 4 a.m., sticking around the scene until 8:30 a.m. to ensure it was completely out. Unfortunately, the home, as well as a shop, vehicle, and RV on the property, all completely destroyed by the powerful flames. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, but has been deemed non-suspicious in nature. A little local business news for you today. It's been a summer of transition for Kelowna's beloved Bright Jenny Coffee. The business's long-standing Laurel Avenue location shut its doors for the final time last month, but it was actually part of a summer of expansion for the coffee shop. In June, Bright Jenny's new Glenmore location opened up on Kane Road, near the McDonald's and grocery stores up there. Then less than 2 weeks ago, Bright Jenny opened another new location in the old Mission Meats building at the corner of Lakeshore and Lexington in the Mission. Of course, they still have their central location, Kelowna location on Kirshner Road, right near the landmark district where we call home here. That opened up in March 2023, although it's the sad end of an era for the North End OG Bright Jenny location. The local brand has certainly spread its wings nicely and provided community hubs for 3 Kelowna neighborhoods. You can read more about the big summer for Bright Jenny through the feature story located on the KelownaNow website. A famous Ukrainian choir is coming to Kelowna for a solidarity concert. The Dnipro Choir is coming to town from Edmonton to perform this weekend at the St. Michael and All Angels Cathedral on Sutherland Avenue on Saturday. They'll be alongside Kelowna's own Dolina Ukrainian Dancers and the Jalea Children's Ensemble. Kate Woodman from the Okanagan for Ukraine group says the concert will be a celebration of heritage and act of solidarity. The show is set to begin 2 p.m. on Saturday. There's a link for tickets in the KelownaNow story about it, which you can also find on our feature section. The group is also holding a limited number of tickets for local Ukrainian families to take for free. Those can be grabbed if you are a Ukrainian family by reaching out to the email also provided in the story you see on the screen there. All proceeds from this weekend show will support mental health and trauma recovery for war-affected Ukrainians, both locally and abroad. All right, wrapping up, a quick look at the forecast. Sunshine and blue skies in Kelowna this afternoon, although over the last hour or so it has got a bit hazy out there. We're right around our high of 25 degrees, 8 degrees and clear overnight. We'll see if that haze kind of clears. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 27. This beautiful September weather continues here in the Okanagan. That is a wrap for today, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more over at KelownaNow.com. Be sure to check out the KelownaNow X account and the Now Media YouTube and TikTok accounts for more content as well. Enjoy your evening, Kelowna. I will be back in this chair tomorrow for a peek at more headlines, and we'll see you then.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.